Welcome to Thunder Weekly, sponsored by Eskridge Lexus,
Knippelmeyer Chevrolet, Sam's Optical, Sun and Ski Sports, RV General Store, Fit Circle. Now here's your hosts, Rick Heath and Mark Rogers.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Thunder Weekly. I'm Rick Heath. With me, Mark Rogers. Mark, we're at a fun place, Sun and Ski Sports, Norman in the Sooner Mall. All kinds of cool toys and clothing here.
That's right, man. They've got a great selection for everything outdoors. It doesn't matter if it's winter, spring, summer, or fall.
That's right. You know, and behind us they got the water boards. I mean, if we need to get out on the lake, they also have the stand-up paddle boards, which seem to be an adventure. And they got great selection of outerwear and sportswear for you here at Sun and Ski Sports in the Sooner Mall. They also have one in North May in Oklahoma City and one in Tulsa. Well, Thunder have a big week coming up. Maybe the most important week they've had in basketball since the finals in 2011.
Well, it's certainly a tall task. They got to face San Antonio. The Spurs only lost once at home this season. That was to Golden State. No embarrassment in that. And Oklahoma City has been inconsistent. We even saw some of that in the first round against the Mavericks. No inconsistency for the Spurs. They hammered Memphis Grizzlies team that was injured in a similar way than Dallas. And so this is a big test, Rick, but they got some talent on the Thunder roster, and there's some things to be said for them in the series.
Well, Thunder have always said, hey, when the games count, we'll be there.
I think that's what we've said. I'm not sure they've said that.
But we've said that.
Right, yeah, we hope.
But we're hoping
That's
that.
right.
You know, if you're a Thunder fan, you're hoping that comes up. But, you know, you're looking at it, now it's time to play. There's no excuses now. There's no, we can't have an off night. We can't have a bad shooting night. It's got to be all men on deck and ready to go.
I think everyone and everything is under the microscope in this series. It's a test. It's a test to see where Oklahoma City is. It's a test for Billy Donovan. He's going up against the best in the business. Greg Popovich is basically a deity in a sport coat on the basketball sidelines. He's impressive. I think it's a test for the roster of Oklahoma City. It's a test for the superstars of Oklahoma City. Will Russell Westbrook turn the ball over in crunch time? Will Kevin Durant be able to take advantage of a matchup issue? I think that the Spurs will use Kawhi on Russell. And so he's got to be able to go bust Danny Green up if Oklahoma City wants to win this series.
Yeah, if they switch out like that, KD certainly has to take advantage of it because Russ is not going to be able to, I don't think. Hey, we're at Sun and Ski Sports in the mall here in Norman. Great place for outdoor wear, camping, water sports, all that and more. And we'll be back with Thunder Weekly after this. Brown O'Haver, the adjusters for the insured. Just as Billy Donovan, coach for the Thunder, has to make the right call for the Thunder, you need to make the right call as well. If you sustain damage to your home or business by storms, you need to make the right call too. Brown O'Haver, adjusters for the insured. Brown O'Haver, with over 25 years experience in helping the insured, can help you settle your claim in an equitable manner. Don't settle for as low as 30 or 40 cents on the dollar. Get full value with expert help from Brown O'Haver, adjusters for the insured. Don't settle for less. Call Brown O'Haver today.
Why have people trusted Sam's Optical for over 30 years for their eyeglass needs?
I think I'm the new kid on the block with Sam's. As a matter of fact, when I came here, I wasn't coming here to buy glasses. I was coming here to get some information to where the doctor's office was next door and just the ambiance and the atmosphere. After they gave me the information I needed, I went to my eye doctor. Then I came back in and felt like I was at home.
Sam's Optical for over 30 years, bringing you the best prices and service at any of Sam's locations.
Hi, it's Sam at Louie's Grill and Bar, where we are famous for delicious burgers like our new Deep South Burger, featuring sliced ham, smoky barbecue sauce, and fried green tomatoes. At Louie's, we're in your neighborhood.
At RV General Store, we've got rootin' tootin' RV bargains for you every day. 27-foot bunkhouse travel trailers, just $13,995 and $117 a month, any day. 28-foot double slide fifth wheels, just $27,995 and $199 a month, every day. And Vegas slide-out motorhomes, just $72,911 and $489 a month, today. Plus, over 150 RVs to pick through, and we're Oklahoma's only dealer with RV warranty forever. Rootin' tootin' RV bargains at RV General Store, where we make going fun.
Knippelmeyer Chevrolet.
Knippelmeyer Chevrolet.
Knippelmeyer Chevrolet.
Come on down and join our family, and we'll shake on it.
Knippelmeyer Chevrolet.
The first thing right off the bat I noticed is the maneuverability of it. The way I can throw that bike around is like I'm on my race bike. I can just throw it around for being such a big bike. The handling was, I think, really heads and tails over any other bike I've rode.
I love it. I love the way it sits. I like the way it handles. I like the horsepower. I wish I'd have rode the Indian before I ever purchased my Harley. I'll be honest about it.
The handling is what's got me. For a cruiser tour bike, it's the handling. I want the black one.
So it's a straight black? Yeah. Out of all that I've ridden, I like this one right here. I'm going to see if I can't trade my Harley for one.
Yeah, we're going down dealership either tonight or tomorrow.
And welcome back, Thunder Weekly. Rick Heath, Mark Rogers from Sun and Ski Sports in the Sooner Mall, where they've got great selection and new brands like Southern Marsh, Lauren James, Brixton, Cavoo. They have footwear highlights with Chacos, Birkenstocks, Olakai. They also have Yeti coolers, accessories, apparel, all that and more, and great prices too. So don't go outside till you come to Sun and Ski Sports in Norman, in Oklahoma City, and in Tulsa. Mark up, this matchup is going to be, it's a game. You mentioned a chess game with one of the chess masters in Popovich. Now, Billy Donovan went up against another, highly regarded coach, and Rick Carlisle. And, Carlisle pulled some strings that gave the Thunder some trouble.
Well, Carlisle mentally, that was his big deal, is that he wanted to see how tough Oklahoma City was. And, at times it got into the Thunder head a little bit. I mean, they were very physical. San Antonio doesn't have to do that. San Antonio is a tough defensive team. They're very solid fundamentally. And that's going to be more, I think, aware on the Thunder mentally than anything Charlie Villanueva or Justin Anderson tried to do in some kind of dance-off. Because when you can't score and you get frustrated defensively, you start to take bad shots, and the Thunder have sometimes gone into that tendency to take bad shots. So shot selection, I think, is pretty important in this series. And again, turnovers is a huge key. Oklahoma City can't afford to give San Antonio easy baskets. When Oklahoma City misses shots, it's one of the best rebounding teams of all time in the NBA. So missed shots are really a bad deal.
1982 Celtics.
Missed shots aren't a bad deal. You got Enes Kanter and Steven Adams. Russell Westbrook's a tremendous rebounder. So if you miss shots, you're still okay. But if you turn the ball over and it goes the other way for a layup, you're in big trouble.
Well, I think you just hit on what I think is probably the biggest key is if the Thunder keep from turning the ball over and conversely have 20-plus assists, that bodes well, to me, because the more assists that Russell gets, the more involved the other teammates are, and that keeps it from being hero ball so much, and everybody gets to touch it. Another thing, another player I think is huge in this series is Serge Ibaka.
Right.
I mean, he had 2 games ago, he was Serge of old. And then when we think, Serge is resurging, well, he disappears in the last game against the Mavericks, hesitant to shoot, doesn't get any rebounds, hesitant to play defense. That kind of play will get the Thunder beat against the Spurs.
Well, 3 on for Serge, 2 off in the Mavs series. And the Thunder ball movement is really good at the beginning of games. It's not so good at the end of games. And I don't blame the Stars at the end of games because it does seem like some guys will shy away at the end of Game 5. They kick one to Andre Robertson, and he hoists up a 3-point shot that I guarantee half the team could have kicked up there closer.
They could have picked this jump out of the stand.
It was nowhere near. Yeah, those guys that are shooting for free cable, man, they do a better job. But I think that this series, I really hope that Billy Donovan, this is going to take, he's going to have to roll the dice a little bit. If the Spurs use Duncan and Aldridge a lot, I want to see Kanter and Adams in there.
Yeah.
As I think that gives Oklahoma City a chance to match up with them size-wise, and it'll be difficult to guard because you're going to force Aldridge out onto the perimeter, and that's a matchup issue. And I think Kanter is better when he's not defending the pick and roll. He's a big guy around the basket. His footwork's not great. He's not a defensive wizard, but he's much better when he's close to the rim than he is when he's away from the rim. And that's a big-time advantage for Oklahoma City.
Yeah, and he plays well when he doesn't have to, like you say, come off that pick and roll because that confuses. He still hasn't got that. And I don't know they're ever going to get that.
It's a long way from his brain to his feet, Rick. It's a long way.
To make that work. But, he is a vacuum on offensive rebounds, and he does a good job on defensive rebounds if he's in position. The question I have
it's going to take a lot of guts. I mean, Serge Ibaka has been considered one of the big 3 in Oklahoma City. They're paying him $12 million a year, and I don't think that he's that good to guard a guy down low. He's not a great back to the basket type defender, and I think Aldridge will tear him up. I think it'll be a little bit, I mean, maybe Aldridge still will have an advantage against Kanter inside defensively, but the offensive end, Thunder gain so much rebounding wise and so much ability to space the floor. They could be a murder lineup inside with those guys.
And that's an acceptable trade-off for the Thunder, or it should be.
I agree.
You know?
Yeah.
Now, speaking of Serge again, they're gonna start him out on Aldridge.
I would say yes.
You know? And so the key is not to pick up stupid fouls. You know, I mean, that's one thing the Thunder do a lot is they commit stupid fouls. You know, and if they can stay out of foul trouble and rebound the ball well, that gives them a lot better chance.
I agree. And then I think, again, with Serge, I mean, my frustration with him is that really what he did best was run the floor. The Thunder use him a lot, and where he is not around the basket as much. He's on the perimeter with outside jump shots. And at the beginning of games, it worked well in the Dallas series, so maybe there's a glimmer of hope there. You just coast into the Spurs series knowing what happened in Game 5, where
you're
got
not expecting
you got nothing out of it.
Now remember when Serge was hurt, and a couple years ago, and they went down in the playoffs, and the Spurs just destroyed him. Well, he comes back, and all of a sudden the Thunder have new life, and he was an integral part of the Thunder at that time. Now, of course, new coach, new defensive scheme. He's not near as involved in the defense as he was, but man, for a couple of years, he was the key player.
He was, but here's something I think that's very important in this series. Is San Antonio, they're not the same team at all as what they were 2 years ago. They're going to run offense through the post. They're going to go into LaMarcus Aldridge, and he's really been the key guy for them. They don't want to get up and down the floor. They want to slow it down. They don't have quite the arsenal of outside shooters that they once had there. They do have the Wiley veterans. They've got Mills. They've got Ginobili there, but they've worked through the post. Boris Diaw, a very good post-up player. He can do a lot of different things, so the Thunder are going to have to worry about guarding him, and I don't know who's a real good guy to guard Boris Diaw for Oklahoma City. So San Antonio, it won't be that quick ball movement type of thing that we've seen with the Spurs a couple of years ago where Serge came in and had a lot of impact in the paint, because he's going to be standing there with a guy posting him up or popping out for a jump shot.
And that's why they've changed the complexity of the Spurs is with Aldridge. Let me talk to you real quickly about Brown O'Haver, adjusters for the insured. If you have a storm claim against an insurance company, you need to call Brown O'Haver and get their expertise. They have over 20 years of expertise, and they specialize in settling insurance claims to the benefit of the insurer, not the insurance company. Don't settle for less. Call Brown O'Haver and Alice and her her base and staff today, and they will take care of you for insurance claims. We'll be right back after this.
Why have people trusted Sam's Optical for over 30 years for their eyeglass needs?
I think I'm the new kid on the block with Sam's. As a matter of fact, when I came here, I wasn't coming here to buy glasses. I was coming here to get some information to where the doctor's office was next door, and just the ambiance and the atmosphere. After they gave me the information I needed, I went to my eye doctor. Then I came back in and felt like I was at home.
Sam's Optical for over 30 years, bringing you the best prices and service at any of Sam's locations.
At RV General Store, we've got rootin' tootin' RV bargains for you every day. 27-foot bunkhouse travel trailers, just $13,995 and $117 a month, any day. 28-foot double-slide fifth wheels, just $27,995 and $199 a month, every day. And Vegas slide-out motorhomes, just $72,911 and $489 a month, today. Plus, over 150 RVs to pick through, and we're Oklahoma's only dealer with RV warranty forever. Rootin' tootin' RV bargains at RV General Store, where we make going fun.
Hi, it's Sam at Louie's Grill & Bar, where we are famous for delicious burgers like our new Deep South Burger, featuring sliced ham, smoky barbecue sauce, and fried green tomatoes. At Louie's, we're in your neighborhood.
Hi, I'm Phil, owner of Mattresses and Furniture. You'll find me here every day, and I would love to meet you. And that's not the case at most other furniture stores.
5-piece dining sets starting at $129. Sectionals starting at $399. Sofa and love seats starting at $599. And take it all home with no money down and no credit check.
Come see me. I'll do whatever it takes to earn your business. And unlike the other guys, I won't miss you over a few bucks. Here at Mattresses and Furniture, Southwest 15th and Council Road. Come see us.
The
first thing right off the bat I noticed is the maneuverability of it. The way I can throw that bike around is like I'm on my race bike. I can just throw it around for being such a big bike. The handling was, I think, really heads and tails over any other bike I've rode.
I love it. I love the way it's sensible. I like the way it handles. I like the horsepower. I wish I'd have rode the Indian before I ever purchased my Harley. I'll be honest about it.
The handling is what's got me. For a cruiser tour bike, it's the handling. I want the black one.
You want the straight black? Yeah. Out of all that I've ridden, I like this one right here. I'm going to see if I can't trade my Harley for one.
Yeah, we're going down to the dealership either tonight or tomorrow.
And welcome back. Thunder Weekly Playoff Edition against the Spurs. Rick Heath, Mark Rogers here from Sun and Ski Sports. Sun and Ski Sports here in Sooner Mall. They've got great sales going on. Buy one, get one, 50% off. Some exclusions apply on brands like Tom's, Keen, Sanuk, Reef, Columbia, Tiva, Minnetonka, Olakai, and Anu. Brand new names of products here at Sun and Ski Sports. Take an additional 40% off, lowest mark price of all ski and snowboard apparel, accessories, and equipment. So before it all gets picked over, come down. If you're looking for ski or snowboard apparel, or you're looking for the latest fashions for spring and summer, you got to come to Sun and Ski. Don't go outside till you come to Sun and Ski. Okay, Mark, we've been talking about this and that. Let's kind of put this in more of a focus here. Give me 3 things that the Thunder have to do to win this series.
All right, I think most important is turnovers. I think that's the biggest key for Oklahoma City. We mentioned that when they miss shots, they're usually okay. They make a lot of shots. They're not a bad field goal percentage shooting team, so they can't give San Antonio easy baskets that go the other way. I think that, secondly, they cannot be lazy on defense. They can't have lapses where they lose players, the Spurs get hot, hit wide open threes.
Excuse me, are you listening, Russell Westbrook? This is for you. You cannot get lazy on defense. Go ahead.
I think it's for everyone. Game 1 of the Mavs series was the most intensity I've seen defensively from the Thunder, I think, all season long. They were great. They closed out on shooters. They didn't get lost. They were always kind of in constant contact and touch with their man. And so they can't afford that, okay, I got confused, I'm just standing here. Then all of a sudden the ball ends up in the hands of a wide open shooter and it's 3 points and you pay later. And then I think the third thing for them is that dreaded shot selection. You have to make sure that the right guys are getting the shots. The ball needs to move. I think it needs to move crisp late in games. And I think these are going to be close games. And so what Oklahoma City can't afford to do is what it's done all season long. Have a 6-point lead in the fourth quarter, try to dribble the ball out, things get tight, possessions get longer, and then all of a sudden somebody just ends up and has to throw up a forced shot. So I think that's the key. I'll throw one more thing in here for you, Rick, is that I do think that we don't see the Spurs all the time, but what Kawhi Leonard can do is amazing. And what the Spurs did this year defensively, their point differential was incredible, and it was how they held opponents to around 90 points a game. And Kawhi Leonard can shut anyone down. And I think that they'll use him some on KD. I think they'll use him some on Westbrook. Whoever is not being guarded by Kawhi Leonard, they need to play through that player. Yeah. If Kawhi is on Russ can't try to do too much. He's really got to just try to facilitate. Let KD go to work.
And that's the tough thing for Russ because he's been so used to driving the bus all year long.
Hey, and you know what? If you had to have a bus driver get you someplace, Russ is your guy.
That's right.
But he could. He can get that thing going at 90, and you can veer off the cliff too.
Yeah.
He's got his skill set's amazing, and it's. You look
He's got to know when to pull off the gas, though.
The numbers are always going to be there. I'll guarantee it. If he has a bad game in this series, the number that's going to be bad, it's not going to be, I think, to me, it will be missed shots, like a night where he's 6 for 20, 21, 22, missed threes, or turnovers. I mean, those are the key stats that he has to keep down. He's a better player when I think if he focuses on rebounding and assisting, especially if Leonard's on him, then I think the other players are going to benefit.
I think from the very start, Russ has to distribute the ball. Mm-hmm. He has to drive and either attack the basket and hopefully dish to get started and get everybody involved, or attack the basket and finish and get to the free throw line. Thunder are better when he's attacking and dishing first because everybody gets involved. Then KD will get his anyway.
Well, think about this. I mean, most of Russ's points don't come out of a set offense. I mean, they come in transition.
Yeah.
They come off dribble penetration. He's going to the rim, getting to the free throw line. That's where he's going to get his points. That's when he's most effective. If the Thunder can turn San Antonio over, that's going to be a huge advantage for Oklahoma City as well.
Well, and that's going to be the tough thing. Can they turn San Antonio over? That's a question we'll have to see. Hey, we're at Sun and Ski Sports in Norman. You got to come in and see this great selection of sales items, and they've got great new brands like Southern Marsh, Lauren James, and Brixton and Cavu. We'll be right back after this. Just as Thunder coach Billy Donovan needs to make the right call for the Thunder, you need to make the right call for your insurance adjuster. Brown O'Haver, Adjusters for the Insured, is the place to call to help with your claim against the insurance company. Brown O'Haver, with over 25 years experience, will help you get the best settlement you can from the insurance company, just as these people with their testimonial.
Brown O'Haver came in first, and I talked with Alice there. She came over here and met with me and just sounded wonderful.
Yeah, it was like an angel, honestly. Yeah. I mean, you see that light behind, on TV, where there's an angel and a light, and that's how I felt about Alice. And when I seen her, and just to hear her talk, and the calmness, and the, everything, it was just like.
She's very confident.
Yeah.
Makes you feel at ease.
Brown O'Haver, Adjusters for the Insured. Call Brown O'Haver today. Don't settle for less.
Knippelmeyer Chevrolet.
Knippelmeyer Chevrolet.
Knippelmeyer Chevrolet.
Come on down and join our family, and we'll shake on it.
Knippelmeyer Chevrolet.
And welcome back. Final segment here of Thunder Weekly. Rick Heath, Mark Rogers from Sun and Ski Sports in Norman in the Sooner Mall. Beautiful selection of outdoor things. They've got stand-up paddle boards. Mark, you need to go do that. Looks like a lot of fun. I'll take the pictures. We'll put you on.
Well, make sure you throw in one of those life jackets for me if I'm going to get on that.
A helmet, life jacket, a couple of little things on the side there, some floaties. But no, they got great things here available. They got skateboards. They got water boards. They got everything you need to be on the water and have fun this spring and summer, and to wear outside this spring and summer. So come by Sun and Ski Sports. Before you go outside, go to Sun and Ski Sports. I want to take a moment and thank some wonderful sponsors of Thunder Weekly this year. The sponsors, Trails Golf Club in Norman. Trails Golf Club, a championship golf club with a great, great facility, and it's family friendly. If you want to take your family down and teach them how to play golf, the great place to start is the Trails Golf Club in Norman. Give them a call, 364-3790, and find out membership specials. Sun and Ski Sports, of course, 3 locations in Oklahoma. Norman Mall, 101-0190 in North May in Oklahoma City and in Tulsa. Also, RV General Store, where service is putting their customer first. They have a great service bay area. They will take care of all of your needs for your service for your RV. They will get you ready for the road, guaranteed. So take your RV to RV General Store in the Tri-Cities area, and they will service it right so you can get on the road and have fun this summer. And Indian Motorcycles of Oklahoma City on 10th and 10th Avenue, great place. We were up there a couple weeks ago. Great location.
Razor?
Oh yeah, with the Razors with the 2-person deal, where you can just cruise around, and the Indian Motorcycles, Chieftain Scouts, and the full dress ones. You can't believe the selection they have at Indian Motorcycles of Oklahoma City. Let's talk about the matchups real quick.
All right.
Who are the Thunder going to put on Kawhi Leonard?
Well, I think that will probably, I would say, be Andre Robertson.
Well, okay, so they put Andre Robertson on Kawhi Leonard.
Right.
They got Westbrook on Parker.
Right.
You've got Ibaka starting off on Aldridge. You got Adams starting off on Duncan, and that leaves Danny Green and KD over there, which I like that matchup.
Well, I think you can also probably use KD on. I mean, you can switch off on the perimeter on Kawhi Leonard, but primarily it would be, I think, Dion Waiters and Andre Robertson. And if you want to talk advantage, disadvantage, I say that's a disadvantage for Oklahoma City.
But at least those guys can be strong enough that he won't be able to overpower them too much.
I hope.
That's the hope.
I mean,
if you're a Thunder fan.
I think that KD is long. I don't think he's strong.
Yeah.
He can get in his way, but Leonard's not necessarily much of a post-up threat. I mean, he's a good outside shooter. He's just, man, he's a good player. I mean, you start to think about where is he? Was he second in MVP this year, or third? Probably third behind Russ. But we'll find out just how good he is in this series.
Two-time defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's historical.
Well, the last guy to do that wasn't a post player was Dennis Rodman. 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
And that's been a long time.
Yeah, and so, I mean, that's how impactful he's been with his defense. You know, so whomever he's put on, whether it's KD or Russ, the others are going to have to fill in around the blanks, you know, and that means Enes Kanter. Enes Kanter, I really think he needs to play 30 to 35 minutes, and be on the court and be effective.
Well, let's hope he's fully healthy. You know,
that's true.
I think that's a big key. Now, remember the last time Oklahoma City beat San Antonio in a series, Scott Brooks, who was fired for his tactical incompetence, which happened in the finals, but in that series before, he made some great moves. He had James Harden handle the ball, and that really confused the Spurs because defensively they had to account for Westbrook and Durant. With Harden out there, it was difficult. They also used Thabo Sefolosha on Tony Parker. Now, Parker's not the player he used to be, but that really changed the series. Scott Brooks outcoached Popovich. Now, my expectation for Billy Donovan versus Popovich in this series is very poor. I think that it's going to
just don't get embarrassed.
It's going to be a huge problem. Yeah. But if Billy Donovan can do a couple of things in this series that give Oklahoma City or make the Spurs think about having to make an adjustment of their own, then I think that's going to help a ton in this series. But if they go in and they're afraid to go with the Adams-Kanter lineup, or they've got Andre Robertson out there in the fourth quarter and they're losing a lead and they're not getting good shots and all that stuff, then I think that's problems.
Well, you know, I like the Kanter Adams with Duncan and Aldridge.
Yes.
I think that's a perfect matchup for the Thunder.
Right.
Because you've got the strength and you've got the scoring ability of Adams and Kanter, and you've got the ability to at least keep Aldridge from having easy shots at the basket because they're both tall enough to beat, and Adams can body him up. I mean, put Duncan and Enes over there, because even though Tim Duncan will give him a lesson, he's not the player he used to be. You know, he's only going to be good for 8, 10 minutes, 12 minutes. You know, it's how they've been playing him anyway. So, you know, when those instances happen, I think you have to have Kanter and Adams on the floor.
I think another edge for the Spurs is experience. I really do. I think championship experience, San Antonio has it. In Oklahoma City, what did the Mavs say about Oklahoma City? They were weak mentally.
Yeah.
So Oklahoma City has got to prove that it's championship medal. It's about the time of those careers. 9 years for KD, 8 years for Russ. These guys need to start showing some championship medal, not late game failures.
Well, okay, let's talk about the superstars. And there are two superstars, KD and Russ. They have to have big games. In order to have a chance, they have to play big. They have to play superstar style.
Well, when we saw Durant miss a bunch of shots in one game against Dallas, I think that's an outlier, an anomaly. But the turnover statistic is crucial for those two guys. They have to not turn the basketball over. And then I think they've got to be able to trust teammates. I don't know if they need to trust Andre Robertson, but they need to trust Kanter. They need to trust Adams, I think, at times more. He can score inside if he has to. And they need to trust Ibaka, and then it's on those guys to step up, too. There's a lot of synergy that has to go on.
I think if Ibaka comes out and he can shoot the ball and keep himself on the floor and start making shots, the Thunder have a lot better chance. Don't put you on a spot.
You can put me on the spot.
All right. What's your projection?
It's either Spurs in 5 or Spurs in 6. I'll say Spurs in 5.
I think it goes 7, and the Spurs win.
I hope it goes 7.
I hope it goes 7. If it goes 7, Thunder have a chance.
I don't think they're going to win in 5, but let's hope Oklahoma City wins and let's see this team keep on playing some good basketball.
I want to see it keep it going. All right, that's going to do it for this week's Thunder Weekly. We'll see you next time here on Thunder Weekly.